This one's kind of a difficult one to find out exactly what I want to do for an intro. For like 8 different reasons, because the vibes are all over in like 8 different ways. Yeah, it's actually quite late as of the time that I'm recording this. I'm going into work here in just a bit. So everyone is asleep. If you don't know, I work in the middle of the night like a terrifying vampire man, which really explains the fuck out of my goddamn complexion. Yeah, so I'm recording this very late for one. 2, I have slept maybe 30 minutes in the past, like, day and a half. Not great. Not intentional either. Hey, life comes at you how it does. 3, I haven't, recorded, certain things that I would have otherwise liked to have recorded for this series before this point. I still haven't listened to the soundtrack, is what I'm trying to say. 4, it's somewhat of a sad time for us RWBY fans out there in the world. Not a wholly negative one. There's positives, obviously, like the one we're going to talk about here today. And there's hope, but it has some downer elements to it, of course. I know they're going to talk about it here just a little bit in the beginning. I believe, Eddie and Carrie or something like that. Don't know exactly what they have to say, but I'm pretty sure I remember seeing that. Yeah, last but not least, I don't have another one, actually, I don't think. Yes. So I'm slightly all over the place. Probably a little disheveled. Might look slightly like a zombie. Not that far off from the usual. And it's been a hot minute since you guys, my RWBY people, have seen me in a bit again, because I haven't gotten around to doing the soundtrack yet. Hopefully I can fix that after this. Also, I got really depressed. There was a bunch of other stuff that came in between those. But point is, yeah, we're here for something a little bit different. Quickly, to anyone else who happens to drop by for other stuff on the channel, I don't know if I'm going to be able to record anything else. I mean, definitely not tonight because I have to go to work. But other things for the channel this week, I'm not sure how that's going to work or if I'm going to be able to get to those. Again, we're taking things as we can. But I definitely wanted to sit down and record this because it's RWBY. It is my favorite. It is my home. It is my, that special little place in my fucking heart. And this one, while I definitely wouldn't say came out of nowhere, it came out kind of, recently as this thing that was mentioned to be coming. Obviously, we're here to watch the RWBY Volume 9 extended animatic. This is something that was released for the people at RTX last time around. Hurts to say last RTX, but in context, but it is as it is. Yeah, so that was a thing that happened then. Obviously, it was never released to the public, mostly, I'm sure for a lot of reasons, but obviously one of the big reasons is this is something that they originally wanted to, and I believe is one of the things they talk about here, is that it fully is something they intend to incorporate into Volume 10. It is something that was cut as kind of like essentially the original ending from Volume 9, before obviously they were hit with some notable budget cuts and stuff like halfway through and went, fuck, okay, what do we do? And I'm very happy with how Volume 9 turned out as a whole, and I'm incredibly proud of all of the work that everyone put into it. and what they were able to accomplish. It is really sad that stuff like this, had to get cut and pushed back as far as it has. But it is very nice that we got what we did. I, along with many others I know, will consider Volume 9 their personal favorite volume of RWBY. It is fucking incredible. I just rewatched all of it the past week or two, so it was actually really nice timing, all things considered. And yeah, I am excited to take a look at this. I know this is an extended version of that original animatic. I also know I believe they've added to it a little bit and worked on it a bit. To what extent, I'm not 100% sure. I know there's certain stuff. This came out earlier today. Earlier yesterday, I should say. Because it's 2 in the morning. Not fucking... It's midnight when I'm recording this. Yeah, so this came out earlier, and I was originally gonna try and wait maybe a day or something to sit on it, but obviously, deprived and pained as we are as RWBY fans, as people who love this fucking show and just want to see it do well, there was a lot of talking about it. So I've been shown a lot of random screenshots, people talking about it, crying about it and having a good time and loving it, and it clearly meaning the entire world to so many people, including myself. So I decided, fuck it, I really want to go ahead and get this put together, even if I'm maybe not in the best vibe. So again, I do apologize if I'm not it's highly intense energy or anything like that. And I'm sure I will have more to say on a more significant level with regards to RWBY, kind of where we are, where we can go from here, and so on other times. Again, I do want to sit down and get to the soundtrack when I can get a chance, as well as obviously RWBY Beyond. RWBY 9 Beyond is going to be a thing. I don't obviously know how long that's going to be, how much of it we have. I know they're clearly working as much as has been said by Eddie and Carrie stuff. We working on it literally as much and as long as we possibly can. So I, just in case any of you hear this, anyone from CRWBY, period, I just want you to know that your guys' work means the absolute world to us, and that we will never really be able, I think, to properly express how much your constant dedication and care and love to this thing that we love, that we know you fucking love, means. And you guys have had to put up with so much shit over the years, and you deserve to be fucking have a statue built in your honor. And it's fucking incredibly frustrating that there are as many roadblocks as there are as many stumbles, there are as many just annoying assholes on the internet, shit like that. But I hope you guys know how much it means to us. We're gonna go ahead and sit down and watch this. There was a small argument to be made about whether or not one should, just because I do know, again, this is something that as soon as they obviously can get, a volume 10 to happen, in whatever form that takes, and so on. Obviously that is something that will be incorporated into that. This was something that was mentioned even before. I'm obviously, it's still all important. It's still all very canon. It is still all real. There is a reason it is titled RWBY Volume 9 Episode 11. It's there. It's just obviously something they couldn't make. So it's something that is very worth watching. And obviously it's something that I want to see in its full glory, as we all do. But I also want to see it here. I want to see it now. I want to see what they've put into it. I want to see the care and love I want to see it. I will also say I am aware of at least the general idea of it because it was impossible to avoid back when it first came out, having people talk about it. Like I was just saying earlier, it was impossible to avoid. Again, there's more shit added. I've seen glimpses of some of it. I've been explicitly trying not to read anything anyone said about it. Internet's talkative. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and take a look. Again, I do not know if I, even as much as I am such an unbridled RWBY simp, I don't know if I'm going to have a massive amount to be able to say here specifically in this moment, or if I'll save it for something later when I'm more of hopping, bopping, and popping around and shit. But for right now, I want to watch it. I want to be able to talk about it with people on Twitter and scream and cry and shout to the skies to greenlight the thing. And someone with $1 billion, please just throw it at it. just throw it at CRWBY. Can we? But like in cash, don't like not quarters or some shit. Like that would fucking hurt. Don't do that. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and check this out. Again, general idea of what to expect, but not the full thing. So we're gonna see it, and what we have to see here. So if you will join me, we're gonna take a look. Oh my goodness. Again, I'm all fucked up. I haven't slept in like 2 days. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get started here with Volume 9, Episode 11, the extended animatic. For the ending, a glimpse at Volume 10, a glimpse at a Volume 9 that didn't happen. Somewhere in the middle, something special. And one last time before we do, goddamn thank you, CRWBY. I love you, motherfuckers. Again, I know it has been a very rough time. I know it's obviously been a bit more of a rough time for y'all than it has been for us. We're just here because we like a silly cartoon. It's a lot more on a lot of different levels for you guys, and I hope you know that we fucking love you guys and that you deserve the fucking world. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and do it. This is that thing that I just fucking said. Volume 9, Episode 11, opening extended animatic ending thing. You know what I mean. In 3, 2, 1.
Hey everybody, I'm Carrie.
I'm Eddie.
And we have something to show you. This is the original ending for Volume 9. It was going to be the 12th episode that we had to cut for budget and asset reasons, but we thought, hey, let's share it with you guys.
Yeah, you'll probably see some version of this in Volume 10. It won't be one-to-one, but it'll be something kind of like this if and when it does come back. Yeah. Some brief context before you watch it. Chapter 11 of Volume 9 originally ended with the gang getting back to Remnant. They were looking at their own gravestone, and there was a little bit of a cliffhanger where someone appeared and walked up to them. We didn't know who that was, and that comes back into play.
And this is in no way polished or finished. You know, we didn't animate it, but we thought it was in a good spot, and we wanted to share with you. We still really love the end message of it and the way that it caps off Volume 9. So
really 7, 8, and 9.
7, 8, and 9.
Ways,
Yeah. So thank you all for watching. We really appreciate it, and hope to see you again soon.
Again, to CRWBY, definitely. I'm just happy it exists. That's all that matters. Thank you guys.
We buried our friends today. I mean, you can't really bury someone that isn't there, but we needed to do something.
Oh. I mean, the context is depressing as fuck, but it's...
Putting the memorial.
It's really good to see our friends again. Sneeze.
I think everyone lost something that day.
Oh, fuck. I do really like having... this Nora narration. Oh my God, Elizabeth. Speaking of people, it's
cleared.
goddamn good to see you again.
We were just outside the city. It was a relief for us. But for the vacuums...
Run! This way! Come on! Hurry! To the city!
Grim attacked the
Jesus.
city for days.
God, I can't remember what the worms are fucking called, but fuck those things.
Things have calmed down since
Fake
then,
fan.
but there's still something worrying me.
The last thing we need is a kingdom of orphans.
It's not our fault we're here. No one came to help us when we needed it.
Yeah,
We've had
fuck
our own
this guy.
problems. The world doesn't
Oh,
revolve
it's so
around
good to-
Atlas.
What's wrong with orphans?
I'm so glad you're not fucking dead.
Hey, everything's gonna be okay.
I want to go home.
What if we can't move on? What if we're all just too scarred?
Oh, fuck.
If there was anything I wish I could borrow from you, Ruby, it would be your certainty. You always believed things would work out. All the way up until the moment they didn't.
And the fucked up part is how much I can see it play out in my head. Like, obviously you have the basic outline,
Husband
but you
has
can
no explanation of what might have
you
happened
can
to
really
you. It's
imagine
Jean. I thought maybe I could
exactly
search for
how
an
it would
answer.
turn out, fully animated.
But given Vacuo's history of colonization,
I'm all
this
the more
record
excited to
forensic
see
will
it.
hear even worse than most places in Remnant. Oz is fighting our merger just as hard as I am. We are in unforeseen territory now. Everyone worries the next Grim assault will be the last. Too many people to take care of. Too many emotions. And dwindling time. You always believed in the best. Saw people for who they really were. Some of us don't know anymore.
How did you do it, John?
Oh, buddy.
How did you go from the boy at Beacon to the leader at Atlas? When you lost so much in between. Hey, I was going to try and cook some dinner for the gang, if you want to stick around.
Oh, that's really sweet. But I told Velvet I'd help her get more supplies out to the edge settlements. Would feel bad eating before those guys, you know.
Don't even worry about it. You just keep up the great work. Let me know if I can help.
You got it.
Stay Velvet.
Nora, she's putting the world on her shoulders, and Oscar just isn't himself. I never realized how much you did to hold us together. Yatsu. Hey, I was just about to... Who are they?
Oh, shit.
For a while, I've tried telling myself that even though we lost a lot in Atlas, Salem's forces were damaged too. But she's able to recover
I
by
need to
preying
think
on
about
those
that
filled with
again.
fear and anger. We have to overcome them.
I've finally accepted you aren't coming back.
Fucking sweetie.
It
I
should
need
have
to
been me.
double check the,
Not Penny. Me. I was the one who stayed at Ironwood's side for far, far too long. I was the one who let the staff fall into Salem's hands.
That's not your fault.
Because of me, Penny is gone. Forever.
Fuck. Yeah, man. It would just make all of the crown shit that much worse. That's the fucked up thing. Oh shit, is that port? Yeah, it is. Non-RWBY.
Mishni.
What's happened?
When Salem left Atlas, she came to Vale. And now there's nothing left.
Fuck.
Where's Glinda?
Gone, trying to find help. We led the civilian retreat.
Yeah,
Brought
you
as
can't just
many
say gone,
people
that
with
scared
us
the
as
shit
we
out of me
could,
for a second.
and, this is the only place we could think to go.
You were the one who believed in people.
You stole it! Give it back! I didn't steal
Who
it!
had faith they could be good. Whitley, Mother, they've worked hard to make amends. To fit in.
One step at a time.
But no amount of determination or hard work will change where we find ourselves now.
Filthy
do-
schneeze! Not so high and mighty now, are you? What's
I was
it like
gonna-
living at our level?
I was gonna say I really like the implementation of the Volume 9 music, which is really good.
Okay.
It's used in really good spots here. I didn't know if they'd probably use different stuff in the full version, but I like the way this is used. Because it's really good originally as it is.
How long are we supposed to live like this? Let's just leave.
What do you do when there's no hope left?
Is that Fiona's uncle? I assume that's who
You
that's
would know
supposed to be.
what to do, sister.
Has that sort of vibe to him. He's trying to guess by his fucking hands.
You were the true heir to the Schnee name.
If it's just some random
You
guy.
and your friends, you did everything you could to save the world. You would be so disappointed in us.
Whitley, you really should cover up.
No, I won't hide forever.
Fine!
Maybe it's for the best that you didn't have to see this, Weiss.
Call me crazy, but I'm actually feeling a little optimistic about things. Go figure.
This is one of the things I was most interested to hear about from
In fact, it's
when people
probably
first
never
got to
been
see
worse.
this.
And yet, you can still see the good in small things. acts of kindness. People trying
They're
to
keeping his
atone
heart
for
strong.
past wrongs. Like an oasis in the desert. It's all a matter of perspective. There's an old friend taught me that.
Ready? Catch!
That's so fucking sweet.
What was so important that I needed to come all the way down here?
I
can't
do
spend
love
all your time taking meetings in shade.
seeing all this genuine humanity. Oh, Christina in my ears. Oh, life has always improved.
Is this one of those just wait, it's a surprise things? I'm not really
Just shut up a second. Here.
Things might be bad. But my biggest regret is that none of you are here to see the good that you started.
The shit that girl was up to.
Because you did start something.
How?
You sent a message. And the world answered.
Hey, Crow, are you coming to the meeting or...
Hey, everyone.
Fucks me up. God, I need to see that in full. I just love how it means the world that we have gotten to see this. Trust me, I am all kinds of... That's scandalous looking. This is the story of Shannon crying his ass off. You calm down. Good lord. Move these over here. You can't see what I'm doing. It doesn't matter. I am just really fucking happy to see that, man. I have no, as someone who has a tendency to rewatch RWBY roughly 10,012 times a week, I think I'll be okay with watching that again when we finally get our volume 10. And I do fully want to lean into the when and not if as much as possible. Because, again, everyone put their heart and soul into this fucking thing. This show has always been a passion project. This show has always been something genuinely wonderful made by a group of fucking friends because they liked a bunch of shit and went, fucking that. Let's do some fun shit like that. And to watch how it has grown from oh silly anime women do a big fight with some goo monsters. Into a truly spectacular and beautiful modern fairy tale with all of the meaning and care and love that brings. It deserves to be seen through to its rightful ending. Just all of it. It deserves every last second it can get to do the amazing things that it and CRWBY are capable of doing. Again, at least for right now, I don't have a metric ton to say with regards to the actual stuff that happened in the animatic itself. I'm really, really happy we got to see so many faces again. Especially certain ones in particular, obviously, like getting to see Coffee again after so long. I need to reread all his fucking books again. It was incredibly nice to get to see them. Obviously didn't get to hear any of them, but it was nice to see them all the same. I don't know why Neon fucked me up as much as it did. I don't know why Funky in general fucked me up as they did in Volume 8. And the thought that we went as long as we did before anyone from CRWBY's like, no, it's okay, they're probably alive, instead of just sitting there in the background and being like, maybe they're just dead. I swear we went for like a year just going like, who's to say, really? And you're just like, I mean, she was an asshole, but I loved her. So it was really, really nice to see her. It was nice to hear her again, and I did like that. While it was a little sad, obviously, because of the scar talk, and they have that moment of like Neon looking at Nora's scars and stuff, and them kind of having their little internal fuck about it. Not, you know what I mean, like, oh fuck, not, this is why you don't fucking record shit on no sleep for like a day and a half. But I liked it. I really liked getting to see, again, just a lot of the genuine human moments with everyone. I'd obviously heard a little bit about it, again, from that initial moment, especially with stuff with like Willow and Crow, for example, going out and just kind of helping people out and just doing general care shit for people. I really liked getting to see, obviously, their little moment with regards to the guy with the flask. Obviously, the difficulties the Shnees are facing in general for just having that name. I really liked all the little moments with the Happy Huntresses and stuff like that, with them playing with the kids and shit. That was incredibly, like Fiona, like magicking the fucking ball around and shit. That's really fucking cute. I'm assuming that's Joanna. It looked like her. Just fucking yeeting children around and shit. It was really cute. Obviously, always wonderful to hear Christina again. The wondrous dulcet tones within my ears. Never a bad thing to hear. In general, great to hear a lot of these voices again after quite a significant time away from many of them. I do love. I was wondering if we were going to get any more context behind Raven showing up with Team RWBY, because that was another thing I was aware of. Honestly, kind of love the idea of her just showing up and smiling, because she's like, hey, my shit turned on again, guess who I fucking found? Like, I love the idea she's just fucking sitting around, and one day and she goes, is my fucking daughter alive? And then she just warps over and gets her and shit. Also, just the idea of her coming back and smiling at Crow is clearly they've had at least a moment to kind of, I hope they've had a moment to kind of talk about some shit, because clearly they've had some stuff to talk about. One of the huge things that I definitely don't remember being a thing, being mentioned from that first time around is Vale. That was not a thing that I remember hearing anyone talk about, so fuck. That's concerning. The idea that Vale is just gone. She just immediately fucking dipped and just took out Vale. Which, I mean, yeah, that kind of sounds like that would make a lot of sense. But fuck. I'm at least glad that Oobleck and Port made it out. Presumably a bunch of other people on whatever ship they were taking over. It scared the shit out of me for a second with the Glenda's gone. But at least it's gone because she's looking for more help and not gone because she's gone. Salem, you dirty bitch. If you hurt even the tiniest bit of hair that that man does not have on his head, if you hurt that shopkeeper, I'm going to be so upset. But yeah, so that's the thing. In general, it's just nice. I liked a lot of the framing that we had. I liked a lot of the narration that we got from everyone. In general, it just you can fully see how it would have fit in. You can fully see what it would have meant and what it will, because I do stand by that. And again, it was interesting going through so much of that and how much of that I could just picture in my head perfectly, and like the style and everything, and being just like, oh yeah, no, that's what it would look like. In general, man, I'm really glad we've gotten to see it. I want to say a huge thank you again to CRWBY and everyone who helped put it together. Obviously who's worked on the show in general, but who helped bring this to us. Again, for what it is worth, there will be absolutely no like, oh, I have to watch it again come next time around. No, it's going to be, oh, fuck, I can't wait to watch it again, but in full. Also, I guess the one last thing I did want to mention, I did, as an avid reader of the book, the bookery of it all, I did like that we actually got at least one, but I think two different Crown references, because obviously there's this specific one like, hey, fuck off, we like the Crown more. You guys never should have came here. We liked the other douchebags. But was I reading that right? Was the implication... I will need to go back and look, and fighting like my computer running at a half of a frame a second, because it's running like ass for whatever reason. But was the implication that Tyrion, like they were catching Tyrion and Mercury? Because when they, like, I assume they were breaking into like a jail or something like that. And then on the wall, this is not a place for royalty. So the first thing my brain goes to, and I was trying to piece together who was on screen next to Mercury, because the issue is we don't know what like Jillian looks like. Or Jax. I mean, Jax is fucking, I assume, still a vegetable, so I probably doesn't mean much. But like, I don't believe we've ever gotten a visual for what Jillian looks like, or just other Crown people or anything like that. So, or Bertalick, Carmine. I mean, we know what Carmine looks like. She's like literally the only one we do know. Is it Carmine? It's Carmine, right? Not fucking Carmen or some shit. Miss San Diego, god damn it. But yeah, it's one of those things where I think that was the implication. I don't know exactly who they were pulling out, but I assume at least they were fucking around with Crown people, even if it's just to get random people who hate everybody on their side, which would make a lot of sense. But if it is something more like they grabbed like Jillian or something, because I don't remember exactly what happened to her afterwards, if they... probably threw her ass in jail. But, like, if so, beyond terrifying that they would have her, because she is very scary. I mean, she seems infinitely nicer than her brother, but her semblance is mildly terrifying. But also, go read those fucking books. You do not have an excuse. Now would probably be the time to do that. Anyway. But, point is, as someone who really enjoys those books, I liked... It's really nice that we're getting these glimpses of Vacuo and stuff from Vacuo that I really liked. Yeah, man. I don't know what else to say too much. I probably will need to wrap up here in just a sec. But I'm really, really glad that I did sit down and check this out, because now I can go squee about it on the internet with a bunch of other people and actually read everything that people are writing. There's definitely certain bits and pieces that, again, I was unable to be not spoiled on, but in the end, I'd already been spoiled on basically the general idea of things and a lot of context, so I'm not... Again, I don't care. I'll watch it 58 more times. I don't give a shit. But yeah, I think everyone did incredible. And again, not if, but when RWBY Volume 10 comes and we get to see this in full, just know that I'll be there. And I know that I am not the only one. The only other things I think I really have to say is I'm looking forward to RWBY Beyond. I don't know exactly what time what we're looking at for release for any of that. I don't know exactly how much is coming. I don't know if they had to cut it down a bit or if or not with RT going. But regardless, I'm looking forward to it. I'm very much hoping to see what we can see from there. Sounds like there's potentially some good stuff. Again, I would love to finally listen to this fucking soundtrack after God way too fucking long. But I'll have to find some time for it because I do still want to react to it. But anyway, for right now, the thing that matters is that CRWBY knows that we love them, that we love RWBY, and that we cannot wait to see it again. I wish all of the luck in the whole goddamn universe to CRWBY and everyone else who is fucking fighting tooth and nail to get that to happen. Again, the only thing that matters is that it gets to happen, and the people who have put their heart and soul into it get to finish it. That's what matters. Because again, that's the thing is, as has been said many times over, if it's not Carrie, Eddie, Kiersey, Miles, if it's not obviously all the talented VAs and all of these people who have made these characters what they are, preferably a good amount of animators and assorted background people most won't ever get to know, then it isn't RWBY then, you know? Like, that goes to just someone else or something like that. That's not RWBY, that's just some fucking guy. It's just some random motherfucker, you know? And that's not... So. But that's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. So yeah, to everyone, I wish you all the best of luck. I very patiently and very excitedly wait for what is to come. And I hope you'll all join me when we get there. Because I will be there. I love you all very dearly. Both CRWBY and audience alike. And RWBY themselves. My relentless sympathy for most of the people in this show has never yet wavered, and it never shall. thank you all so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, go ahead and give it some love. Also, one last thing I did want to toss out here, because it's one last thank you. Again, I do not know exactly what changed on the back end to make the thing happen, or who fought for what, or who made the decision, or whatever, but to all parties involved, thank you for making all of the RWBY content to come free. Obviously, when this initially came out, it was going to be first exclusive, and I know a bit of it was. Obviously, some of it was announced to be that before we found out RT was going down, before I'm probably sure a good number of people knew. But that has since changed, and while I would happily toss the money your way, I'm very glad that more people are going to get a chance to see it, genuinely. So, thank you to them, to everyone involved. I'm going to go ahead and go. I have work. Funsies. And then hopefully I'm going to come back home, and I'm going to go the fuck to sleep. And then I'm going to wake up, and then I'm going to make this be a thing, and then you can watch it with your eyeballs and stuff. So anyway, I love you all dearly. Again, to anyone who isn't a RWBY watcher, why did you watch this? But to all of you, sorry, there probably won't be any videos this week, or if there are, they will be things I get to later. I don't know when I have the chance to do it, but we'll see. Again, we're taking things as best they come. Even if it's fucking a couple videos or a couple weeks out of a month, it's better than the 6 months of absence we had before. I love you all dearly. Take care, be well, be safe, be beautiful, and I will see you all next time, whenever that happens to be. And I cannot express this enough. That is a when, not an if. Remember her message, everybody. And I'll see you all next time.